Welcome back to my YouTube channel, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's another pleasure for me to be here with you all again. So, welcome, friends. Today's topic that we will be talking about is self-control. Self-control, and you don't want to miss this reasoning, friends, about self-control. So please stick and stay and don't go anywhere. I will be back. Yes, so welcome back again, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back. This is the place where you will be encouraged and be uplift, so that's what we are all about, upliftment and encouragement. All right, so yes, so our topic for today is self-control. Yes, self-control, right? Self-control. And by the way, friends, if you see me vanish out of the screen, that means I'm out of the screen to sneeze or to blow my nose, right? Because I'm feeling a sneeze coming on right now. So if I vanish, you know what I'm going to do, right? As I told you, this time of the year, the sinus, yeah man, this time of the year the sinus activate, and I know if someone can relate to that, right? Someone can relate to that. That's how the sinus thingy works. Yeah, so but it will soon, it will soon gone still. Yeah, but for now, trying to work with it. Alright? So yes, friends, yes. So we are going to dive into it now. This conversation, self-control, and this topic is a very serious one. Very, very serious one, because this topic, self-control, if we don't control this control about, or the self-control thing, it can be detrimental to others and to ourselves. So we are going to go down into it, right? So self-control, right? Number one, right? Not losing your temper. Not losing your temper. And in a society that we are living in now, you can attest to that there's so many hungry people in this time more than ever, right? There's so many angry persons around more than ever now, right? So many angry persons around, and the least little thing can get a one upset. Nowadays you have to know how you're walking, because if you walk and gazing and bounce into someone too hard, and hey, no mind if you don't say sorry, the person will get upset with you and want to, end up being in an argument with you, and if there's not any control, when it comes on to that, you might end up in a fight, or it can be very detrimental. Something can go wrong. So this is the time that we are living in. So you just have to be careful how you're moving in these times, because there's so many angry people out there right now, right? So many angry people out there, right? And even the Bible speaks about, in these last days, that men's heart will be desperately wicked, and and we are living in that time now, friends. We are living in that time now, right? We're living in this time now, and if we don't know what we are doing, we will end up, um, end up in in argument and with others. And if we don't self-control ourselves, it will cause us to be in fights and all these things, right? So not losing your temper is very important to control, right? To control that side of you, right? Not losing your temper, right? And even knowing when to talk and when to be quiet. Yeah, it might sound simple, but knowing when to talk and when to keep quiet. And a lot of person don't know when to talk. A lot of person don't know when to keep quiet. You know what I mean? A lot of person don't know when to talk and when to keep quiet. And that also can cause some problem also. So we have to know how to self-control ourselves, you know, from knowing when to talk and knowing when to be quiet. So we have to monitor these things about us, friends. We have to monitor these things. It's not everything that you're going to all the while want to be heard, and you know what I mean? Have to learn to control that part of us, knowing, that's being wise, friends, knowing when to utter, knowing when not to utter, right? So we have to keep things on a balance and be wise, be wise, all right, friends, you know, and it says that having self-controls mean being in charge also of your body. Hey, 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 I see someone saying, huh? Yes, yes. Having self-control mean, being in charge of your body. Yes, man. It means eating healthy food and exercising to keep your body strong, right? Because you can control that, because many of us don't control these things. We have to control our body, if we want to live and have a healthy lifestyle. We have to control what we eat. Yes, control what we eat. We have to control what we put inside of our body. Many of us can't self-control ourselves, we eat everything. Yeah, man, we eat everything. Some of us they eat all 5 different things one time, putting in our body. And that will cause a breakdown, friends, in our body. That will cause it to feel belly pains and all these things, and upset the organs inside. So we have to know what we are intaking. We have to know what we are. Many persons are very carefree when it comes on to that. You know what I mean? And we have to be careful of, eating and, not controlling, because if we don't control these things, we will end up be a beast. You know what I mean? Just like the Americans, they love the fast food, and they intake so many fast food that, it blows them up. They don't know when to stop. I mean, that's their choice. But it can be detrimental, It can be detrimental. You know what I mean? So we have to control that. If you want to have a healthy life, we have to control what we intake. How much of it will we intake in our body? Because, friends, everything have to be on a balance, Balance. Life is about balance. And that's what God requires of us. We have to balance things. Can't be too greedy, you know what I mean? And carefree. When it gets too late now and we blow up, that's the time we want to say, oh, that's the time we want sympathy and sympathy, and we we say, oh man, we start to complain and say, boy, me get so fat, and why, me get so fat, and we can't explain. But friends, it's because we pay less attention to our health. It is very important. It's just like how the word of God is important. Our health is important. So the word of God and our healthy lifestyle goes hand in hand. Yes, it goes hand in hand, friends. So we have to be careful of what we intake. I'm getting a call. Yes. Sorry about the cut off. I got a phone call, and it break. my whole reasoning. All right, so yes, so as I was saying, friends, that we have to be careful of what we intake in our body, right? Because before you know it, you can just blow up like that, So we have to self-control ourselves, right? By, trying to live an healthy lifestyle, eat healthy and exercise. And we can do it, friends. We just need to control what we put in our body and pay more attention to that, right? So it is not that we can't control, we can, but because of the choice that, we make, detour us away from, paying attention and to have self-control, right? So we have to be careful, friends, so I mean, so even for the for for children also, means that, not talking back to your parents, right? And not get into fight with other kids. Many kids don't learn self-control. And you see, I can take it right back to the home, because the home should be teaching, the home should be teaching the little ones these things, right? So parents, you should be teaching your child how to self-control his or herself. It is very important to teach your child that, because when your child go out there, go to school, you don't know what trouble that they are getting themselves into, or who is provoking them, and they end up get enraged and do things. So you have to teach them how to self control also, right? You have to teach your children how to self-control, because it is very, very important, especially, as I said, the time that we are living in now, and all these kids are, many kids, they are so angry because of even, their home lifestyle, and your kid end up, meeting up on that child, and and start an argument, and anything can happen. So teach your children, how to self-control themselves, right? Talk to them, right? Let them know, right, what is required of them, and let them know that even the 10 commandments speaks about children obey your parents, right? The 10 commandments speak about it. So teach your kids about the 10 commandments, parents. That will help a lot. Teach them about the 10 commandments. Teach them about what God say and what God require of them, and how they should be. That will help them to have self-control also, right? I know that, we can say it is not easy to have self-control at times, right? And I'm not going to say it is easy, because sometimes some things come up on us at times, and and at times we just blurt out and say things, and it is after when we say what we say, then things start to wheel back to you and say, boy, sorry, man, say that, or you start looking into it and say, boy, me really said that, or really behave or act them really, so it is not always easy, but it can be worked on. It can be worked on. All right, because guess what, the good news is that God will help us. God will help you, He will help me, right? So it is God saving kindness, friends. It is God saving kindness. It guess what it does? It trains us to avoid ungodly life that filled with worldly desire, or you can say with worldly lust, right? So it is God goodness and God kindness that will help us, right, to fight back against these worldly desire, right, so that we can live a self-control, moral and godly life, right, in this present world that we are living in. This present world that we are living in, friends, we need more than ever to lean on God's kindness, right? In this time that we are living in now, we need to lean on God's love and kindness for us. It is what will train us to learn how to live a godly life in this time. Without the word of God, friends, we cannot do none of these things. We cannot self-control if we don't abide in the word of God. The word of God is very important to help us to self-control, friends. It is very, very, very much important. Very, very important, right? And you can read it over there in Titus 2 verse 11 through to 12, right? I mean, you can read what the word says, you know, and try to apply it, you know, apply it unto yourself. When we read the word of God, we have to apply it so it can help us to control what is there to be controlled and to make us a better man and a better woman, right? To make us into a godly person. The word of God. Jesus go through it, friends, even with Satan, the temptation when Satan tempt Jesus to turn a stone into bread, or when he tempt Jesus to jump off the place and he will give him all what is there out there in the world and all these things. Jesus didn't heal. Jesus used the word, man shall not live by bread alone, right? And thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God, right? So Jesus used the word, friends, and he is our ultimate and our great, great example to follow, to have self-control, because Jesus did manifest a whole lot of self-control. I think he didn't go through anything. He goes through every single thing that we can think of. Yes, he went through everything, right? And he did remain his self-control by what? By using the word against the enemy. And so, friends, Jesus is our greatest example, and we should take it as take it upon ourselves as well, and follow and walk in the footsteps of the example of Christ, right? He has set it for us, and he knows we can do it, right? And we can do it. He said we can even do greater than him, right? And we just have to believe and keep our faith and our trust in him, and we can control and overcome, not of ourselves, but by his will within us, feeding upon the word. It can transform us to be a better man and a better woman, right, for him. So, friends, I leave it right here, and I hope that someone was encouraged and touched by this wonderful reasoning about self-control, and I hope that you will share it with others, and so we can have a better mindset and a better going forward. So, friends, remember to share, like, and subscribe. And remember, friends, hit that notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you will definitely get it and watch it. Alright? So, friends, keep it breezy. Until God's willing, tomorrow we will be reasoning again about another topic that will help to uplift and encourage you. Alright? So, keep it breezy, friends, and enjoy the rest of your time. Alright.